Got to talk about your forecast now because we do have the potential for some storms overnight. Let's get out to Aaron right now. I can't get over how muggy it is when you walk outside.
Yeah, my hair can't get over it either. We've got temperatures in the 70s and 80s here in North Texas right now. Dew points are in the 50s and 60s. And this is under cloudy skies. Occasionally, we've had a couple of breaks in the clouds here and there, but for the most part, today has been categorized by mostly cloudy skies, but breezy south winds and really just very muggy conditions. There are storms off to the southeast. We've got some stormy weather expected maybe in East Texas tonight. Over the next few hours, but what we are watching is still out to the west. When we kind of take a look from Arizona into New Mexico, you can see a pretty decent circulation there, right? Counterclockwise motion. So that's our upper level low. And when we take a look at this on water vapor imagery, you can definitely see this moving. But look at the difference between the moisture content here in North Texas versus the dry air just out to the west. This is the clash that we're going to see into tonight, the stormy weather that we are expecting here in North Texas that poses the possibility of strong to severe storms in North Texas. So continuing into this evening, I think it's just cloudy skies for us. What we are going to watch is in eastern central Texas. So you kind of see by 10 o'clock tonight, by Tyler, there are a few storms developing. Still questionable if this actually happens because that dry line is still out to the west. But that is something that we'll watch kind of in that 7 p.m. to midnight time frame. After midnight, our attention turns to the west. We've got a dry line that's going to be moving in. This is associated with a much larger system, and so you see that line of showers and storms developing kind of along this dry line, pushing to the east very quickly. These storms are going to move at 40 to 50 miles an hour, so it's brief heavy rain, but also the threat for damaging wind and maybe even some quarter-size hail as well with some of the stronger storms. Not everyone is going to see severe weather, but we do expect this line of storms to impact at least most of us, hopefully seeing at least a little bit of rain. But here we are at 7 a.m. and these storms are already well to the east. Not only are the storms to the east, but we're seeing that clearing to the west as well. So tomorrow it's going to be very breezy in the afternoon. We get a strong cold front to move in. So tonight it's about that severe weather threat. We are under that slight risk for strong to severe storms, again, kind of starting after midnight, continuing through 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. But you notice that enhanced risk is up into Oklahoma, so it looks like that's where the best threat for severe weather is going to be. Large hail and wind damage, that's what we're watching. The tornado threat is on the lower side. You can't rule them out with these squall lines kind of rolling through, but it does look like that tornado threat is on the lower side. Once we get into tomorrow, it's more about the winds and that dry air in place. We'll have a wind advisory that goes into effect at 10 o'clock, and there is going to be that elevated fire danger out west as well. I will say this about tomorrow. It's less of a storm issue for us tomorrow compared to what it's going to be for the southeast U.S. They're expecting a pretty significant severe weather outbreak. You can see that moderate risk that encompasses parts of Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, and Louisiana as well. So if you do have family in that area, you're going to want to give them a call, make sure that they are aware that this is headed in their direction. For now, here in North Texas, we're waiting for after midnight, kind of in that midnight to 6 a.m. time frame, Brooke.